What's up, everybody? Happy Tuesday. Hope all you're having a great day so far. Getting into this episode of Days, Lonnie gets on my nerves. I'm sorry, but she does. She irritates the hell out of me. I'm just saying. Like the reason she's so stressed out is because she spent so damn long lying to people about who the baby daddy was. That's why she's stressing her own self out, and I think it's anxiety. Like she still wants JJ to be the father of that baby, but whether she likes it or not, Eli's the dad. And I find it so messed up how she didn't want Eli to be her birthing coach. I mean, not her birthing coach, her Lamaze coach. He's the baby father. He should be the Lamaze coach. She should be happy that she has a baby daddy who wants to participate in not only just the baby's life, but he wants to be a part of the pregnancy, like the whole process. Getting her food whenever she's craving food. Even though they're not together as a couple, he's still a part of the whole process. Like you got some baby daddies out there that's never been a part of their baby mother's pregnancy. You know what I'm saying? You got some dads out there who don't even want to be a part of the child's life when the child is here, let alone be a part of the pregnancy. So she ought to be grateful and happy, that he's as excited about this baby as she is. She's just upset because she don't get the baby father that she wants. But I'm like, that's what happens when you open your legs to multiple men. Like, if you had just opened your legs for JJ, then he would be the father. But sadly, you opened your legs for another guy, so that's the guy that you got as the father. And I don't see what she's so mad about. It's like, okay, granted, she loves JJ or whatever, but Eli's not a bad guy. And he's a good guy and he wants to be there for the child. She should accept it and move on. Like, stop treating him like crap for, wanting to be a part of this pregnancy. He's not trying to be a deadbeat dad and all that, and I respect it because you got too many of them out there in the real world. So it's good to see on the show that you got a guy who's being not just a part of the child's life but a part of the whole process, period, even before the child gets here. That's a good thing. Like, and I'm happy that he's a part of it because he needs to be. He's stepping up, and that's a good thing because he didn't have his dad in his life. So he's making up for that by being the father to this child that his dad wasn't to him because his dad didn't even know about him or his dad was kept from him. So Lonnie just needs to suck it up. JJ's not the father. Eli is. Get over it. I hope nothing happens to the baby. I really hope not, but it's starting to look like there might be a miscarriage or stillbirth, stillborn, because she keeps having all these medical problems. Like she's at a high risk pregnancy with this baby. Like this baby is high risk pregnancy. She thought that she was bleeding. She keeps having cramps. Kayla told her that the baby was fine. But I have a feeling that we might have a dead child on our hands. Like I'm just saying. Like it looks like it's going in that direction. I hope not. I pray it don't. I pray it don't. Because I feel like it's just gonna lead to more chaos if something happens to that baby. Like hopefully not. Um, but we'll see. But like I said, kudos to Eli for stepping up to the plate, being there for his child's mother and his child before the child gets here. That's a good thing. Um, so anyway, it was good seeing Doug and Julie today, as always. The living legends. I love the conversation that Julie had with Sierra today. I really did. Now, when they were having their little sex talk or whatever, I kind of felt like Hope should have had that conversation with um Sierra because that's her daughter. So I felt like that was more of a conversation that her mom should have had with her. But looking at it, it's like I'm glad Julie did have that conversation with her because she could relate to Sierra and her issues because Julie was sexually assaulted the same way, Sierra was sexually assaulted. So they have that in common. So I'm glad Julie had that conversation with her, just letting her know, like, even though you're moving on with your life from what happened with Chase a couple years ago, it's still gonna be inside you. So she's just letting her know, like, don't rush to have sex, don't do none of that, just take your time. You know what I'm saying? So I'm glad Julie had that conversation with her because Julie definitely could relate to her. And it's sad that, even all these years later, Julie still holds that inside her, what happened to her all them years ago with Atwood, the guy who sexually assaulted her. And I'm glad Doug is there for her. You know, he's patient with her. He's been patient with her. Like he's loving towards her. That's his wife. He's always by her side, helping her through. And she hopes that Trip is the same way with Sierra. Um, I love how Trip put in all that effort into the dinner with Sierra. He even had Kayla helping him with the dinner. She got them dessert, ice cream pie. Why every time I watch these shows, everybody talk about food? If it ain't General Hospital, it's this. They always talk about food and shit. I mean, they even had the lady from the Chew on GH yesterday, like as cook too. I'm like, and like I'm just a foodie. But Kayla was basically trying to tell Trip, just be patient with Sierra. Don't try to rush her into anything or pressure her into anything because he doesn't know about her sexual assault. Like he doesn't know about it. So that's what he was wondering when Kayla told him don't pressure her and don't rush. He was kind of wondering what she was talking about. But I think that's a story for Sierra to tell because it's her story to tell. So when Sierra's ready, I think she should tell Trip about her sexual assault. I think she definitely should. But at her own pace though. I like the two of them together. I really do. Sierra and Trip, I love them together. My only complaint about the dinner scene with them having their romantic evening was them talking about the Bella magazine, the face of Bella and Claire. I just felt like they should have left that conversation alone because it's like a buzzkill to sit there and talk about Claire and the face of Bella. I just felt like that killed the whole vibe right there. It just killed the vibe. Like, why are y'all still talking about this face of Bella crap? It's over. See, like Claire's gone. She's visiting Theo. So why are they even talking about this? It's done. It's over. Move on. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't really no need for them to even bring that up. But I do like them together. I think they're cute together. Um, and like I said, hopefully one day she could open up to him when she's more comfortable and when she's ready. Cause you could see like when they were together and they were kissing and stuff, she started having flashbacks of Chase assaulting her. So like Julie said, it's gonna stick with her forever. So I feel like when she's ready, she should talk about it. Um. So anyway, moving on from that, freaking Will and Paul. I don't know how I feel about Will and Paul as a couple. I really don't. I know some people want them together because they're kind of over Paul. I mean, they're kind of over Will and Sonny being together. I don't know, but I just feel like Will and Sonny are the gay super couple of the show. They are. They're a super couple in my opinion. Are they considered the first gay super couple? I think. Are they? I don't know. Let me know. But I think they're super couple material. So I that's why I have more of a pull towards Sonny and Will than Will and Paul. Um, because we saw the journey. We saw step by step the journey that it took for Will and Sonny to be together. So in my mind, that's what make them super couple worthy. Are they at the super couple level yet? I don't think so, but they're in the contendership for it because we saw their journey over the years of getting together. Will coming out, we saw the whole shebang. So I feel like they belong together. That's just how I feel. I'm not necessarily hating on him and Paul being together for the time being. I'm not hating on that because any super couple, all couples go through that where they've been together for a minute, they break up due to circumstances and obstacles, only to get back together later. So, do I think Will and Sonny gonna get back together later? Of course, definitely. Um, if Marlena and John could, have children by other people and marry other people and still come back together, there's still hope for Will and Sonny. But Will didn't want Paul going to Mexico dealing with some drug kingpin and stuff like that, which is understandable. I get it. But, Paul got to do what he got to do. Him and John, they want to fly under the radar, which I think is smart. They don't want to really involve the ISA in this because it's a dangerous situation and they need to get Chloe out and they don't want to be so obvious and, draw attention to themselves. So he got to do what he got to do. He can't involve the cops or the ISA because Chloe can end up dead if they do. So he got to fly under the radar in this. He got to be discreet. Um, so apparently, Will got the Dr. Ross diary and it was blank. Pages were blank. But when he spilt a drink on it, it was invisible ink. So he found the formula, but he needed Paul. He wanted Paul to help him figure out the formula. But again, Paul got to go to Mexico. Um, I wonder what's gonna happen when Will get his memories back. Like, I think once he gets his memories back, his feelings for Sonny will definitely reappear, and I think he's gonna want Sonny back. I definitely think he will, because obviously, he's drawn more to Paul because he's not, Will that we all know, the old Will. He has, memory loss. So I think once he gets his memory back, he's definitely gonna want Sonny back. But I can't wait for him to crack that formula though and figure out what that formula all about. That shit, that formula could be worth a whole lot of money on the market. I'm just saying, it could be probably worth billions. Like, he could be holding $1 billion ticket right in his hand right now with that formula to bring people back from the dead. It's companies and stuff like that, medical institutes that would probably pay him probably like $5-10 billion for that. Like, that's some hot stuff right there he holding on to. I'm just saying, it could make him very wealthy. So anyway, um, Teresa, I felt bad for people in this situation. Um, the question now is, what will Brady do? Who will Brady choose, Eve or Teresa? Because Eve didn't, at first when Eve came in, she didn't believe nothing out of Teresa's mouth until, Brady told her, like, just listen to the story. So once Teresa told her everything that was going on, she sympathized with Teresa and stuff. But I do agree with Brady and Eve that just because something bad happened to her and she had to leave town, life didn't stop. Life went on for everybody, which is true. Life goes on. But I feel like the smart decision here is for Brady to choose Teresa. That's a smart decision. But I know some people like Teresa and Eve together, which is cool. But I don't see how they could sit there and talk about they're in love with each other. I really don't see how Brady and Eve could say that they're in love with each other. How are they in love with each other? Like just a few months ago, Brady was fighting, chomping at the bit, trying to get her the hell out of Titan, out of Basic Black, basically trying to get rid of her. And now all of a sudden they're in love and engaged. Like Brady moves way too fast when it comes to relationships. I'm sorry, but he does. He moves way too quick. I'm like, you need to slow down, take some time to actually get to know a person, develop genuine feelings. I feel like he moves way too quickly in relationships. He does this all the time, and that's why relationships don't work for him because he moves too quickly. It's like you got to slow down. I feel bad for Teresa because she was gone for months and she expected to come back and just reclaim her life, but it's not going to be that simple. So we just got to see which way Brady gonna go with it. Who he gonna choose? I mean, it's a major decision, but I mean, in the end, I think the smart money would be Teresa. He has more in common with her. They not only do they have a family together, but they just seem like they're more, compatible. And as far as like chemistry and stuff, he has more chemistry with her than he does with Eve. That's all I'm saying. But anyway, hit the comment section. Let me know what y'all thought about today's episode. I will see y'all all later. Peace.